Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. This is a new podcast of Beyond the Click and Cliff. This is a podcast where you can just have me on in the background, listen, hopefully have a good time and all that. Something you do while you're cleaning the house, maybe working if you don't get in trouble, or just need some noise and just have me on in the background. I do appreciate each and every one of you who does come into and listen to this podcast. Well, I don't know what I'm really going to talk about today. Uh, got some bad, got some news about the wife. Tentative date for her surgery is October 8th. I believe October 8th. I'm pretty sure that's what they said. Wife's got it written down, but yeah, I think October 8th. Be on a Wednesday. And unfortunately, I will not be going to Nashville this year. My family's a little bit more important than the show. My wife is, especially. She does a lot for me, and so I'm gonna be. We hopefully be home before the weekend, but we will spend my time taking care of her. So a little bit update. Yeah, it's gonna suck not being there, hanging out with my friends. Uh, I really wanted to. I but things happen. Maybe happen for a reason. I don't know. But hopefully I can be there next year and go from there. Uh, but unfortunately, I not going to go. So hopefully, maybe we can see what happens and we'll go from there. But today, that's it. That's all the update for that. But let's go ahead and get into the podcast of me rambling. I don't even know exactly what we're talking about. But I was thinking, well, I guess we could talk about what I was thinking about last week. Last week I was sitting here thinking about life and the uh, the way that how I conduct my life and through the years, and sometimes, some days it wasn't good. Cliff wasn't always the guy he is now. He he was a troublemaker. Got myself in a lot of trouble. Luckily I never got put in jail. I should have a couple times. I remember drinking and driving. Stupid. Don't ever do that. That was, I mean, looking back now, that was stupid. The cop who pulled me over should have took me in. I don't know if he was doing it a favor because I was a firefighter then. I remember me and one of my friends, we were at a bar and I was driving home. I was actually just about to turn the corner and get to the house. I was almost there, and he pulled me over. And I'm like, oh crap, I was still in mind saying, you know what, this is not going to be good. I probably lost my job tonight over a stupid mistake that I did. Cop pulls me over, he pulls me out, and he goes, maybe do the stand on one foot, touching my nose. I was stumbling around. I couldn't hang up, stand on my leg to save my life. I mean, it horrible. And I looked back at my truck and saw that I was on the fire department. Are you on the fire department? I'm like, I don't know if I am anymore. Cause I had a little sticker on my back glass of my truck of my department's name and stuff, and I had that on my vehicle. And he goes, you know better. I said, yeah, I do. Don't know why. I didn't think it. I just not thinking, officer. I mean, I was. I already said, He asked me how many I had. I said I had probably more than I should. And I said, y'all would probably take my keys away and take me in. I knew I was in trouble. I knew I wasn't going to run. I wasn't going to fight because I knew I messed up. The cop, I sat there on the curb because I started standing. I was about to throw up. I don't know because it was nerves or the toxins that was in my body. He stood there a minute. He goes, "How far are you away from home?" I said, "I'm around that corner right there. I could almost see my house right there. That's where I was." He said, "Get there and stay." I said, "Yes, sir." And I got in my truck. I told a friend, I said, "You're staying overnight. You're not going home. You're staying at my house. I'm not taking you home." I told the officer I was going to go to the house, and that's where I plan on going. And he was okay with that because he was freaking out too. Told the officer I'm sorry. He was a little like, "Just get in your car, go." So the cop did give me a break, and there's an old saying: the firefighters and cops don't get along. That's a little misguided. Because in that kind of service, you do kind of watch out for each other. I remember being on a fire scene, and we helped an officer tackle a guy. He caused a wreck. He started fleeing from the scene. He was actually on. He had a bunch of drugs on him, and highway patrolman came out. Of course, it was on the highway, so he was there. He went to arrest the old boy, and he started running. And me and my fire chief, and I think our captain, we just tackled him. And so we do. And of course, we're on the scene. It's always scene safety. So that little thing is always cliche because we may give each other crap, talk smack to each other, but at the end of the day, we usually have each other's backs, and we may get some hackling over the deal, but at the end of the day, we try to keep each other safe as a public service thing, But he was a good one. He let me go home, and I sat there that night, all night up, because I knew my career, my job of choice that I loved to do, was this close of being taken away. Our department of policy was strict about all that. We could drink, whatever, but we were not to be reporting to duty or driving or get in trouble. Because it not only looked bad on ourselves, it looked bad on the department. And back then, I don't know so much now, but back then, that was a prestige thing. You never wanted to bring shame to your department or your name even, but yeah, that was interesting because never in my life again did I drink or drive. If I drunk, I stayed home. And it's funny. Growing up in life, I know when I was 10 years old, I couldn't wait to be 16 so I could drive. Of course, I drove around on the property with my dad, hauling wood, hay, whatever. But when I finally turned 16, I got my license, it wasn't as fun as I thought it was going to be. I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't like what I dreamed that I was excited for. The new wear off. By the time I was 18, I didn't really care about driving everywhere. Then you turn 18. You could buy smokes or tobacco products, so you're sitting there waiting. Of course, I started smoking before then, but hey, don't smoke, kids. Don't. But when you got 18, buying a pack of cigarettes wasn't so exciting because I was doing it already. And yes, legal age was 18 back then. And yes, we had stores and bosses and managers and who didn't care about the law, and they sold to minors because it was all about the money. Um, some got caught, some didn't. Some didn't. The cops didn't even care. It's just more paperwork for them, I guess. I don't know. But like turn 18, nope. I was like, what else do I got left forward? Now 21, so I can buy some alcohol. I waited for the day where I could walk in there and buy alcohol. But again, I was in there buying alcohol before I was 21. And when I turned 21, I went in there and I bought some liquor. I was sitting there, just staying there. And the guy goes, "Can I help you?" I said, "You ain't gonna ask me for my ID?" I wanted to show ID that I was 21, I was legal. He goes, "No, I believe you." Like, well, dadgummit, that just deflated my whole enjoyment. But after 21, it wasn't fun no more. Actually, when I turned 21, I was engaged to be married, and yeah, it was. I was engaged to be married, and then 2001 got married, and then 2002 had our first child when I was 23 years old. Oh, my only child. But after that, I didn't care about drinking anymore, so I never did it anymore. And it's just funny, how now I'm just waiting. Well, now I guess I couldn't wait to hit 25 because back then my insurance, when you hit 25, your insurance premium is lowered. You weren't paying that much in vehicle insurance. But after that, what am I waiting for now? 50? Well, I'm almost there. It's funny how you wish your life away, and you wish you can get to these landmarks in life. And anyway, and now I'm just waiting to die, I guess. But yeah, I did some stupid things growing up, and I had to learn hard lessons. And like I said, after I got pulled over that one time, that was the only time I got pulled over, ever being drunk driving, which I've done it probably a few times. Younger, I was younger, 18. But as far as a firefighter, seeing the carnage every day or every time we went out on a vehicle accident, as someone was alcohol was involved, I seen it. I seen what it can do. I see how people can do with it. And all that did not teach my lesson until I got pulled over by a cop. And he let me off. And I learned my lesson. Like, I don't think I'm going to do that again. And I haven't. I learned my lesson. That scared me enough to tell myself, you're not doing that no more. So if I cracked open any kind of substance, I stayed at home or stayed where I was at. But then I didn't really do it much because I started thinking, it's fun, I guess, but I don't know. Just me. I didn't like the feeling the next morning. I didn't like actually, I didn't even like the taste of beer, but I had to chug the first one so I could enjoy the rest of them, so the taste buds are gone. I was more of a hard liquor drinker, and I don't even do that anymore. I always kid about that. I'm going to do it, but never do. But guys, I'm going to leave this with you today. Hope you enjoyed this podcast of me, cops saving my life, or cop giving me a break. That'd be a better title. Be good to one another. Do unto others that you want done to yourself. Be somebody's light in somebody's darkest cloud. They could be having a horrible day, and a high from you would make their day a whole lot better. Guys, that'd be it. Until the next one. Bye-bye.